Hi, McArthur. How are you today? Can you hear me? Let me know when everything looks good on your
Hello,
side.
hello.
Hi.
Okay, all right.
How's it
Hey,
going?
hanging in there, hanging in there.
I
You,
know how that goes.
how's it going with you?
Pretty good. Yeah. I know that you sent me some stuff to listen to. I didn't get to it because my brother's wedding was this weekend, so it was kind of a
All good.
whirlwind. But I know that they are there and I will listen to them. Would you like me to listen to them now, or would you like me to listen to them after our session?
After the session will be fine. Yeah, it's totally
Okay,
fine.
yeah, and then I can send you some feedback. Awesome. Yeah, so I was like, I know that they're there. I didn't have time to get to it just because I was busy with all the
Yeah,
family stuff and celebration.
it's all good. It's all good. Understandable.
I'm like, it happens hopefully, right, once in his life. So, so yeah. Yeah, they're adorable, awkward, nerdy people, and it was funny because Maddie, my new sister-in-law, her mom was like, Maddie and I are very different, but she and Steven speak the same language. But they were friends before, and they've been dating now for 8 years. So I think they'll last. I have faith. So. So it was lots of, all the hubbub for wedding weekend. So
Nice, nice.
so I didn't quite get to it, but I know it's there. So alrighty. So I saw you just a couple weeks ago. Tell me, what were some of your reflections on how that was going, and um thinking back to what was working well, what were some of the things that were really satisfying and that were like, okay, this is all working really well. I like this.
Definitely the voice for the panicky character.
Yes,
Um,
that was a
uh,
really fun one. Yeah. Yeah, we worked on very contrasting characters, which was very cool for sure.
I would say like the I guess the tonal shift for the serious
Yeah.
jokester. I want to like try and keep that in and like have that like I guess have more of an impact, but it'd be more smooth in a sense.
Yes. Okay, a little more smooth. All right. Um, so impactful and smooth are two things. What are some of the things that someone who delivers a speech that is impactful, what are some of the things that you hear in their voice?
Um, I would say like usually for me thinking of like an impactful speech, it's more just like I guess like a calmness to it, but like a seriousness to it at the same time. Like they're not rushing through it. They're very confident with like the words that they're speaking. There's not like a stutter to it or something like that, or like a shakiness to their voice. So it
Mm,
feels like it like when it's like impactful, it doesn't necessarily
yeah.
have to be like boastful or loud, but just like more like what I'm
Ah.
saying is what I believe.
So conviction.
Yeah.
Right, because it's you mentioned like what I'm saying is what I truly believe. So having this like I'm speaking truly from my heart feeling. Yeah. Love that. Okay. Yeah, I think that that works really nicely. So then all right. So then for today, thinking about, where we left off, what do you think would be most helpful? Do you have auditions you want to work on, specific character voices you want to continue to create, certain narration genre you want to look at? What are you thinking?
I definitely wanted to get like the voice for the grandpa like steadied. Um,
Ah, love that.
for
Okay.
and then you bringing it up definitely like I would love to do like another like narration in a sense, like just to
Mm,
see but like have it like I guess like not like a narration in my normal voice. I guess it would be like if I was reading like a storybook to kids, they would want like the voices in it, if that makes sense.
Ah, okay. Um, so do you want to um revisit a script from last time and then maybe work on like a children's story as well?
Yeah.
Okay, great. With like multiple character voices so that you can work on that.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up the script from last time first. Let's go ahead and touch base back on that one, and then we'll also pull up a new script. Yeah,
Gotcha, gotcha.
great. Yeah, getting ready. I know the body like has to sort things out. I feel like as a person who utilizes our voice so much, we do get like belly gurgles and like burps and acid reflux like a lot more often because we're just like breathing and moving those organs around so much. So I too will like, have like little funny like I'll like be like, oh, I got a burp, because we're constantly like breathing. And I think too, like we'll swallow air more because we're used to keeping this throat so open and utilizing the breath so much that we'll accidentally swallow more breath. So yeah, I think that's very normal.
Okay, grandpa and grandson moment. All right. Now listen here, kiddo. I've been around a long time, long enough to know three important things. First, nobody actually knows what they're doing. Not the politicians, not the experts, not the guy on television with the very confident eyebrows. We're all just doing our best and hoping the coffee kicks in before the consequences do. Second, if you ever get the chance to dance, even badly, you take it. Your grandma and I used to dance in the kitchen, no music half the time, just the sound of the fridge humming and the dog judging us. And third, the secret to a good life is curiosity. Stay curious about people, about stories, about the weird bird in your backyard that looks like it's plotting something. You keep asking questions and the world stays big. The moment you stop asking, the world shrinks down to the size of your worries. So go on, make mistakes, laugh loudly, eat dessert before dinner once in a while. Trust me, when you're my age, the only things you regret are the moments you were too serious to enjoy.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I remember too, we tried a few different character inspirations for this grandfather figure. Um, and with this one too, it really is this moment of like authentic connection. And um, it's a little bit tricky, I think, because it's not obvious what the action is, right?
Yeah.
So it's figuring out what is he trying to do here, right? Um, so what do you think he's trying to do? What is his intention? Why is he saying this? How does he hope they respond? Like what's the end goal? What does he want or need in this moment?
I definitely feel like the end goal is just more so in a sense to like let his grandson know like to just live life the way he wants to. Like he probably has like parents, which I mean would be the grandpa's kids, but like maybe they're more so like trying to stir them a certain way, and he's just kind of like, dang, maybe I did that to them. Maybe that's why they feel like they had to do that to him, and
Mm,
so maybe he's just kind of like righting wrongs that he couldn't with his kids, with his grandson, in a sense.
okay.
And he's like, hey, you can live life like the way you want to live it. You don't necessarily have to live it for other people.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Um, do you think that's because he himself has some regrets?
I feel like some of it is like maybe like he's seen like, oh, I did stir my kids like this way. Then like from the outside looking in, he can see it that his kids are necessarily also doing that same thing, and like I've
Mm,
like maybe his kids, the grandson's parents, the grandpa's kids, were probably like brung it up one time when like he was like saying, "Baby, don't do that," and they're like, "Well, that's what you did with us," or something like that, and maybe he's kind of like he can't, in a sense, tell them because like he's like, damn, I did say that, and then like it's one of those
Yeah.
like, oh, well, they're not gonna necessarily listen to me now, or it's gonna be hard to be like listen for them to listen to him now. So like maybe he's just like taking this moment to partake a mistake that he can't necessarily fix now because he can't go back in time for his
Yeah.
kids.
Hmm. Got it. So he has some regrets and he doesn't want them to have those same regrets.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. All right, beautiful. So, let's go ahead then and let's try that again and let you kind of explore that. Like, is he apologizing here? Is he um, like desperately trying to get them to be like, I get it. Yeah, I'm going to make different choices. Um, like, how does he hope they react?
Okay. I'm definitely at least like headcanon wise, um, open like the grandson reacts in a sense of like understanding and like he just kind of accepts what he's saying and like he's just kind of like
Mm,
soaking in all the information like his grandpa's giving him and also like all the information and like comparing it and to the information his parents have given him in a sense.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I guess
Okay,
that's like
great.
the way
Yeah.
I would want to react.
Um, so really go after what you want as a character. And so you'll hear directors say this line, raise the stakes. And what that means is make it more important. Like show us why this is so important and um, make it like really important to the
Mm,
character. Yeah.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay. Now listen here, kiddo. I've been around a long time, long enough to know three important things. First, nobody actually knows what they're doing here. Not the politicians, not the experts, not the guy on television with the very confident eyebrows. We're all just doing our best and hoping the coffee kicks in before the consequences do. Second, if you ever get the chance to dance, even badly, you take it. Your grandma and I used to dance in the kitchen. No music half the time, just the sound of the fridge humming and the dog judging us. And third, the secret to a good life is curiosity. Stay curious about people, about stories, about the weird bird in your backyard that looks like it's plotting something. You keep asking questions and the world stays big. The moment you stop asking, the world shrinks down to the size of your worries. So go on, make mistakes, laugh loudly, eat dessert before dinner once in a while. Trust me, when you're my age, the only thing to regret are the moments you were too serious to enjoy.
Mm. Good. Yeah. Yeah. And, it could be too that it's like we could give him maybe a reason, like a time constraint. Like he knows he only has a couple weeks left to live, or
Mm,
um, he knows that he's going to be leaving soon, to go back to where he's from, and he won't see them for a long time. Um, so sometimes adding that pressure of I don't have much time to tell you this, I
mm,
really need to get this out, can be really helpful. Can we
gotcha,
try
gotcha,
that again, adding this kind of urgency feeling?
gotcha. Okay. Now listen here, kiddo. I've been around a long time, long enough to know three important things. First, nobody actually knows what they're doing. Not the politicians, not the experts, not the guy on television with the very confident eyebrows. We're all just doing our best and hoping the coffee kicks in before the consequences do. Second, if you ever get the chance to dance, even badly, you take it. Grandma and I used to dance in the kitchen. No music half the time. Just the sound of the fridge humming and the dog judging us. And third,
The secret to a good life is curiosity. Stay curious about people, about stories, about the weird bird in your backyard that looks like it's plotting something. You keep asking questions and the world stays big. The moment you stop asking, the world shrinks down to the size of your worries. So go on, make mistakes, laugh loudly, eat dessert before dinner once in a while. Trust me, when you're my age, the only things you regret are the moments you were too serious to enjoy.
Nice. Good. How'd that feel?
I felt good. I felt good. I felt good.
Excellent. Great. Okay, so um, what changed when you tried it that way?
For me, definitely felt like the pacing was faster.
Mm.
There's
I noticed
definitely
that. Yeah, the speed changed. So that was the first thing I noticed as well. Yeah.
there's like certain words that I or like certain like lines that I wanted to make sure like I guess like the person or the grandpa would like want to get across, especially if there's like a time constraint and he wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
talk to him again after this. So like just
Mhm.
like emphasizing certain words or certain lines. With that, I definitely felt that and the difference of it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, the nuance changed. The way that you communicated certain lines
Yeah,
was a little bit more lighthearted previously, or sometimes you'd be like, teasing or chuckling. And here it had a little bit more of this like, hey, this is important. I need you to
yeah,
listen to me. Um, let's try it like it's a little more light and comedic, like a light comedic children's show. Um, and then we're gonna try it like it's a more serious drama. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
So think more like comedic timing, you know, like Phineas and Ferb or a Disney Pixar kind of a thing.
Okay. Oh, comedy, not that good at it, but all right.
Well, that's why we gotta
Oh.
practice. We're gonna get this.
Okay.
Now listen here, kiddo. I've been around a long time, long enough to know three important things. First, nobody actually knows what they're doing. Not the politicians, not the experts, not the guy on television with the very confident eyebrows. We're all just doing our best and hoping the coffee kicks in before the consequences do. Second, if you ever get the chance to dance, even badly, you take it. Your grandma and I used to dance in the kitchen, no music half the time, just the sound of the fridge humming, and the dog judging us. And third, the secret to a good life is curiosity. Stay curious about people, about stories, about the weird bird in your backyard that looks like it's plotting something. You keep asking questions and the world stays big. The moment you stop asking, the world shrinks down to the size of your worries. So go on, make mistakes, laugh loudly, eat dessert before dinner once in a while. Trust me, when you're my age, the only things you regret are the moments you were too serious to enjoy.
Nice. Good. How'd that feel?
I felt good. It felt good. Very different, but good.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So, what would you say, um, were kind of the defining iconic pieces of that?
um, I would say like well, like one like it definitely let me change like my tone and like my pacing of it, so that was like very nice doing it that way. For like certain words, definitely the end of like every first, second, and third. So like every time he brings up the confident eyebrows, I was like, that's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be more lighthearted. The coffee and the consequences that's gonna be lighthearted. The dog judging us, the dancing with grandma, like those are all lighthearted and fun. Definitely the bird plotting something. That's gonna be like fun and laughable. It's like just like those sections. Definitely, I wanted to like kind of like linger on to with like a lightheartedness and like a chuckle or like a laughter in there.
Mm.
It's like just having like those certain things with it and
Yeah.
knowing like this part, if it was a comedy, should not be taken seriously like at all in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. So then let's go ahead and try. I thought that worked really beautifully. It was lovely. Um, so let's try going ahead and doing more of a dramatic reading. So this is going to be more like you're on, it's going to be more of like a serious um kind of a style. So more of like this is for an adult kind of a thing. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Damn. Oh, okay.
Now listen here, kiddo. I've been around a long time, long enough to know three important things. First, nobody actually knows what they're doing. Not the politicians, not the experts, not the guy on television with the very confident eyebrows. We're all just doing our best and hoping the coffee kicks in before the consequences do. Second, if you ever get the chance to dance, even badly, you take it. Your grandma and I used to dance in the kitchen. No music at the time, just the sound of the fridge humming and the dog judging us. And third, the secret to a good life is curiosity. Stay curious about people, about stories, about the weird bird in your backyard that looks like it's plotting something. You keep asking questions, and the world stays big. The moment you stop asking, the world shrinks down to the size of your worries. So go on, make mistakes, laugh loudly, eat dessert before dinner once in a while. Trust me, when you're my age, the only things you regret are the moments you were too serious to enjoy.
Nice. Yes. So what changed there? That was totally
Uh,
different to me. Very different feel, which it should be if it is going to be.
Definitely the pacing, of course. My total voice, I felt like it shouldn't necessarily shift as much in doing this one this way. The hardest part for me was definitely the consequences, the eyebrows, like the parts that were funny or like had like the
Yeah.
comedic timing. I was like, okay. So I feel like some of them I like had to lead into like being like serious. Like, why is the dog judging us? Like, I feel like that had to be serious, or
Yes.
like taking the bird, like it's like really plotting something, and you have to be weary. Like the CIA, that's a CIA bird type thing.
Yeah. So
So
you kind
like,
of revisited some of the
yeah.
concepts we've played with previously. Love that.
So those were like the things that I felt were extremely more different and having to take like more serious because there were times where I
Yeah.
just kind of wanted to laugh when I said it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that was like very serious to say it that way. But
Mhm.
yeah, no, like I liked it, and then like even like when it got to like the single lines and stuff like that, like to eat dessert and laugh loudly, it's like have to
Right.
say that serious like monotone, and it says like
Hmm.
take it like I'm like being stirred with this person that I'm talking to, and I want them to know like what I'm saying is very serious. Like I want you to laugh
Yes.
loudly, like so. Just like having the feeling of like drama, seriousness, like not having the emotional or tone shifts in my voice was very different.
Hmm. Yeah. So feeling that it's gonna be you're gonna have a very different the voice itself, the character voice didn't change much, but the attitude changed a lot, right?
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, love it. Okay, so then let's go ahead and switch because I think we did really good work there. I'm really pleased with that. So let's take more of that kind of children's story. Do you have a certain like genre or like a certain type of book, like animals? I feel like animals are kind of usually an easier one to create the different voices or um like certain, like once upon a time back in medieval times kind of a thing. a certain kind of style or like Dr. Seussy.
I was definitely thinking like Shrek style, in the sense of
Yeah.
like, even though those are like Once Upon a Time and even like animal stories in a sense, like it never. I guess like getting older, you find more funniness to it because
Yeah.
they didn't seem like it was supposed to be for kids, but they did it in animation to make it perceived for kids. But it's like, oh no, that joke I get now because I'm older. So it's definitely uh, like even like how they started, like how it's like Once Upon a Time, like the so it's like
Yeah.
I guess I would like want to have like that fun, that I guess like the that
Mm.
adult funniness to it, but it's like framed as like a
Sure.
children's storybook, if that makes sense. I feel like that's very
Absolutely. Yeah.
complicated that what I just said, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me see what I've got that could be kind of that type of style, like fun character types like ogres, or like the troll or something like that. So
Because
give
I
me
did,
a
I was
moment.
like on TikTok and I like seen, I guess like it was like a casting call for like a story, like an adventure audio or audio adventure,
Yeah.
and I like completely lost the video, and I was like,
Like
oh,
radio drama or something.
yeah, I was like, oh, because I was like going over the characters, and I was like, oh, I'll go over this the next class, and I did not save the video for some apparent reason. So if I find it and
Got it.
there's like still time, I'm
Yeah,
like,
we can
oh,
definitely do
definitely
that.
want to like hit it. If not, not because yeah, I probably won't be able to do it this time, but like
It's
hopefully like
okay.
next time, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
like
I
they
think.
had like a anchor voice, and I was like, I don't even know if I have an anchor voice. I was like, that'd be really fun to do though, like, because it's
Ah,
just
yeah.
it's crazy to me how anchors or like news people in general just switch up like that. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yes. They definitely do. So this story is a little bit longer. I'm gonna upload the PDF to you instead of just typing it out, just to be sure that you get it all. So
Got it.
this one has a narrator, but it also has multiple character voices as well. It's written out more like you could think of it as like radio drama, or it could be more like a fantastical adventure. Like if you've seen Ella Enchanted, there is a narrator, even though it's a movie. And that one is actually live action. It has like actual people acting, but there's a narrator throughout, so it's a little bit of
Yeah,
that style where it's fantastical. It has a narrator, but then it also has the multiple characters. So you get to play with, some of those different approaches and whatnot, where it's like, this is really different than some other things we've done, but I think it could definitely be fun. There are films where the narrator is almost like a character throughout, like in Hidden Figures, for instance. There's a narrator all throughout the film who is almost like a main character. Like the narrator is very present all throughout. All right, so I just sent that through. Go ahead and take a look there. Let's see how many characters we have. We have the main character who's Grumblethorn. Um, the narrator Pip is the squirrel, looks like, and Sir Reginald. So we might have three characters and a narrator. But the characters are all very contrasting to each other. Um,
slightly sarcastic storytelling.
so Grumblethorn is kind of like I don't know, like a swamp troll or something.
That's like my guess because he lives in a swamp, big claws,
He does
screaming
have like a
skin.
big booming voice.
Yeah,
So probably
with
not like a little,
I'm
tiny
Grumbledore, the
thing.
Destroyer.
okay, because it
And
says it's
then
thundering.
Sir
Roar.
Reginald, I assume, is like, oh, like a knight or something.
Oh,
Pip, a fast-talking, cheerful squirrel. High pitch. What's fighting over her sandwich?
one day Pippa shall be terrified. You will tremble in fear.
I feel like Grumblethorn is not a very scary or good ogre.
Like not very good at his job, which
Yeah,
is scary.
because I feel like Pip is definitely like, dude, I've literally I've lived with you my whole life. I'm not scared of you, my guy.
Like he really wants to be scary.
Yeah.
He's just not very successful at it.
I think there's like 3 or 2 times on here where he like tries to roar and then he always coughs at the end. Or like his
Oh,
voice
yeah.
squeaks.
He's
And I'm
like,
like,
oops, he's got practice, man.
yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Okay. Alright. I am like speed reading this, so some of these I might mess up on for sure. So it definitely feels like a more Grumblethorn and Pip story, and Sir Reginald is just
Yeah.
kind of like, I stumbled upon thee, and he's just kind of quiet here. And they're like, what? Why are you here?
Yeah, I definitely see that.
Okay. Alright. Oh, man. Whew. Okay, I cannot promise that all these voices are going to be different.
Oh, it's okay. The first read through, it's just we're just getting used to it. So don't feel like it has to be perfect at this point because it definitely does not.
Alright. In a swamp that smelled like old socks and mystery soup. Yes, that kind of swamp. There lived a creature named Grumblethorn. Now, Grumblethorn was supposed to be terrifying, big claws, greenish skin, a voice like thunder rolling down a hill. But there was just one tiny problem. He wasn't very good at being scary. I am Grumblethorn, the destroyer of mild inconvenience. Every morning, Grumblethorn practices roar. Roar! that was better yesterday. And every morning, the same thing happened. Hey, Grumblethorn, you sound like a frog with the code. I do not sound like a frog. You sound like two frogs fighting over a sandwich. Pip the squirrel was small, fluffy, and completely unafraid of anything, especially not Grumblethorn. One day, Pip, I shall be so terrifying that you will tremble in fear. Oh yeah? What are you gonna do? Knit me a scary sweater? But everything changed one afternoon when a loud clang echoed through the swamp. Fear not, foul swamp. I, Sir Reginald the Radiant, have come to defeat thy beast. Did you hear that? A night. Finally, my moment. Oh, this I gotta see. Sir Reginald marched in shiny armor, gleaming, chin held high, and knees shaking just a little. Come forth, foul. That was on me. Come forth, monster. Face your doom. Oop, Now did Sir Reginald blink. That's the monster? Hey, I am very fearsome. I once glared at a mushroom and then welted. It was already welted. But then something unexpected happened. Sir Reginald lowered his sword. Oh, thank goodness, I was terrified. I mean, yes, I was strategically cautious. Wait, you were scared of me? Well, yes, you're enormous and slightly damned. He was very damned. Grumblethorn blinked. No one had ever admitted they were scared of him before, not even a little. So, I am scary. Absolutely, in a unique way. Like a soggy sandwich. And right there in the smelliest swamp imaginable, something changed. Grumblethorn stood a little taller. Well, perhaps I don't need the perfect roar. Good, because you definitely don't have it. Maybe a little scary and a little silly is just right. I quite agree. Also, do you happen to have any snacks? Finally, a good question. And so the swamp gained something far better than a terrifying monster. It gained a slightly scary, very soggy, surprisingly kind friend who still couldn't roar properly, but didn't need to. Okay, I'll keep. Let me redo that one. Oh, okay. I'll keep working on it. Please don't. The end, or at least the beginning of something much more fun.
Nice. Okay, really good start to this one. All right, so what are some of the things that stood out to you that you were like, okay, I got to remember this. I like this. What'd you notice?
Um, Definitely Pip. I definitely went towards the panicky voice for
Yeah,
Pip, but I wanted to like speed it up and then just make it more
mm,
confident because Pip's not panicky, and then it says he
got
talks
it.
like he's a fast talker. So I wanted
Right,
to like have that high pitched voice to it,
right.
but speed it up, sound more confident in a sense, and like even like
Yeah,
yeah. So that's where I was going for Pip. I like that. I want to keep going for that. For the narrator, I wanted to like because I was kind of losing it. I'm not gonna lie, like
yeah,
through it. But like I kind of wanted to like use my voice, but like with
sure.
more sass because it says he's sarcastic.
Oh,
So I'm like, oh, I could do sarcastic and like sassy with it. And then
right.
Grumbledorn, I just like how like they're like, oh, his voice is supposed to be deep. And so like I feel like it could just kind of be like the comedic deep voice to it. It doesn't have to be like a serious deep voice, but it's like somebody trying to have a deep voice.
Yes.
Uh,
Which is pretty funny, right?
yeah. So it's like I'm like, oh,
Try
I could.
harding.
Yeah, I'm like, I definitely want to try to keep that. And then like, definitely with Sir Reginald, I feel like that was like the hardest one to keep steady. Um,
Ah,
I definitely want him to have like because I'm trying to think of like a character in my head. Like I have one, but I can't think of his name right now, and it's like very like because it's like from an animated show, Troll Hunters,
okay.
and so like it's like he's like very modern, but also like very I guess like Renaissancey, and so I
Yeah,
wanted to like kind of have like that feel of it to where it's like he's very
sure.
like trying to be a knight of like fearlessness and stuff,
Mm.
but then he's like, oh, I'm so glad you did not want to fight, type kind of thing. So it's like I want like when you first meet him, he's very like theatrical, like "Fear not,
Right.
swamp. I, Sir Reginald the Radiant." And so like, but you get that, and then once he figures out like, oh, Grumblethorn's not that big, like you see like kind of like a tonal shift
Yeah.
and a emotional shift, and like, whoo, okay, we could just be bros, dude. Like we're all good
Yes.
here. So I want to try and like find that for Sir Reginald.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, no, but like I don't know, I like love this like whole thing. I'm like I would definitely have this as like a storybook and like just be
Yeah.
reading it to people, be like, bam, these are my voices for it, and hopefully
Right.
kids would love it. But like it's like that's
Mm.
definitely in my head like how I was like going through it is like if I was in person with like a group of like third graders or second
Mm.
graders. I don't know when people stop reading storybooks to the kids. I'm sorry, but like it's definitely like I would be like I would want to give them the best experience possible and give all of these characters a different voice to them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. So, let's go ahead then and let's focus on one character at a time for a moment. So, thinking about maybe our main character, um, can we, I think, slow him down a little bit? Can we
Gotcha.
try it again and just slow down a little bit? Give him a little more time to breathe and like a little more time to process what's going on there. So embrace the pauses, embrace um, the time. Just take a little more time.
Got, do you want me? Sorry.
You're good.
Do you want me to read through the whole thing or just Grumblethorn's lines?
Just his lines.
Gotcha.
Will do. So sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. I am Gumbrothorn, the destroyer of mild inconveniences. That was better yesterday. I do not sound like a frog. One day, Pip, I shall be so terrifying that you will tremble in fear. Did you hear that? A night, finally, my moment. This is not part of his character. Oh,
You could actually use it though. Sometimes I'll choose things that I'm like, oh, I could utilize this for this character.
this part, sorry to like ask questions and send this, but so
Yeah.
like it has like voice like squeaks halfway, and I'm like, I don't know if I can make my voice
Hmm.
squeak halfway through, like, because it's like supposed to be like a, I guess like a deep seated tries to roar, and then it squeaks. So
Sure.
it's like, roar, like he's like, roar, like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they're looking for.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
like start with the roar, but then like have it sort of like choke off.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Because I'm like, coughing's easier. Like my voice. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Reset. Okay.
hey, I am fierce. Hey, I am very fearsome. I once glared at a mushroom and wilted. Wait, you were scared of me? So, I am scary? Well, perhaps I don't need the perfect roar. Maybe being a little scary and a little silly is just right. Roar. Okay, I'll keep working on it.
Idiot.
Nice. Good. So what did you think of that?
I liked it. I definitely wanted to lead into the like the like I guess like the friendly giant character as well. If he's
Sure.
supposed to be like this big swamp ogre thing, I was like, but he also seems very friendly because he even says a little silly. So I'm like, there must be like
Yeah.
a friendly, big friendly giant like in him. Like he's not all
Mhm.
terrifying and mean. So
Right. Yeah, that's not the only part of his character. Yeah.
right, I like hitting that part of it.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, so showing a little more dimension to the character. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I like that too. So then, yeah, I think you can embrace the pauses a little bit more. You can lean into the contrast, like that he's like, I'm gonna really try to be fierce, but then like he's like, I'm really not that fierce, you know? And
Yeah,
so that kind of like vulnerability and like apologetic, you know?
gotcha.
Yeah. So you can show that off a little bit more.
Like reading, I am so sorry. Like reading through
Good.
this was like at the beginning, I felt like he very had like a, like again, like how he's trying to sound deeper, and I wanted to like make it sound like he even is trying to sound like deeper and menacing at the beginning, and when he realizes like the knight was scared of him, like I like to
Yeah.
have like that tonal shift of like even like his voice is like less deeper and then like even like less menacing, and he's like, oh, I don't have to be like scary all the
Yes.
time, like I can be myself type of thing. And you
Hmm.
hear that in like the voice, and I was like, I can't get it now but I want to get it.
Yes, exactly. Hmm. Yeah. Yes. So precisely. It's on track. And the thing is, as a voice actor, it's not like a live theater thing where it has to be perfect right now. So if you have to pause for a moment, reset, That's perfectly acceptable because you're about to dive back in again. And if I have a line that I sort of flub up on, no big deal. I just do it again. I pause, reset, try again. Um, so I think you can, relax a little about that. It doesn't have to be just a perfect straight through.
Copy that. Copy that. Will do. Will do. Yeah, no, I'm loving this. This is like very fun. Okay, crumble thorn. Crumble thorn. Okay. I can do this voice. Totally got a crumble thorn. Light work, light work. I am Grumblethorn, the destroyer of mild inconveniences. That was better yesterday. I do not sound like a frog. One day, Pip, I shall be so terrifying that you will tremble in fear. Did you hear that? A night. Finally, my moment. Hey, I am very fearsome. I, uh, I once glared at a mushroom and it wilted. Wait, you were scared of me? So, I am scary. Well, perhaps I don't need the perfect roar. Maybe being a little scary and a little silly is just right. Roar. Okay, I'll keep working on it. The end. Ooh, I like that one.
Nice.
I like that one.
Yeah, right. I do too. Yeah. So I think, Shrek is kind of a good character inspiration for this character. Who would be some other characters that you're like, this could be a good character inspiration?
So like, I was definitely thinking like Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
Uh, just because like he's not like necessarily bad all the time. Like him and Flash have a pretty good relationship. He's kind of like
Yeah.
just there, like, oh, bro, I don't know. They just kind of hired me to beat you up. I don't want to, but I'm just kind of like here, my guy.
Right.
So like,
Like, I don't want to beat you up, but
yeah.
it's my job.
It's like just kind of like characters like him in a sense. Just like they're supposed to be like these big, burly, scary people, and then they're just kind of like,
Right.
I don't want to be here, dude. Like these muscles are for show. They just
Right.
told me to walk behind them. Uh,
Yes.
excuse me. So it's just like characters like that I were like thinking of that I can't think of
Mm.
the top of my head like their names, but I see them, and so it's just kind of like
Yeah.
those characters, like you said, like Shrek, and then like Solomon Grundy and stuff like that. Like even like some
Yeah.
like Frankenstein like adaptations that people like
Sure.
have of them. So it's just like characters like that I'm like, I feel like they would be fun to do, and I feel like these characters are kind of like perceived that way, like, oh, I'm this big for a reason. I'm supposed to be scary, and so they try to be scary, but then like they slowly realize like, oh, maybe I don't have to be scary all the time, in a sense.
Where it's
So
not who they truly are, and that's okay.
yeah,
Um, like my brother is like I call him a gentle giant because he's just so um, he's really a sweetheart. But he's really tall and like just a big guy. Um, and so it's kind of like somebody could see him from a distance and be like, oh, that guy's intimidating. But then he's just like this sweet, nerdy guy, who
Right.
likes to draw and play piano and play Dungeons and Dragons. So, he's really not like a crazy, intimidating guy. He's very, very sweet. Um, and so, it's that like somebody might be like, oh, like you're a troll, you're supposed to be scary. And then, your heart is not scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's kind of where my mind goes is that this character is like actually very different than what people perceive them to be or what their parents said that they should be. And they're like coming to terms and being okay with it. And then you see that also in the knight character that comes too, where they're
Mm.
like, I don't want to do this either.
Right, right.
So yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of that like, coming to terms with who they actually are on the inside,
Mm.
which is great.
Most definite, most
It's
definite, most
fun. So
definite.
it's a lot of contrast and as far as like a children's story, it's like teaching the kids it's okay to be different than, your parents or what you were told that you should be kind of a thing.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. So I think we can have these like bashful moments, like maybe a little embarrassed, very vulnerable moments, moments of relief, maybe.
Mm.
Um, Yeah, so let's go ahead and try going through the whole script again. And for Grumblethorn, make sure that you incorporate some of those like moments of self-discovery, moments of relief, moments of being embarrassed, moments of, maybe bashfully sharing a secret.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. You said go through the whole thing again, like each character, or
Yeah, let's
just
go
go.
ahead and try
Okay.
the whole thing again.
Okay. Grumblethorn, the not so terrible, and a swamp that smelled like old socks and mystery soup. Yes, that kind of swamp. There lived a creature named Grumblethorn. Now, Grumblethorn was supposed to be terrifying. Big claws, greenish skin, a voice like thunder rolling down a hill. But there was just one tiny problem. He wasn't very good at being scary. I am Grumblethorn, the destroyer of, mild inconveniences. Every morning, Grumblethorn practiced his roar. That was better yesterday. And every morning, the same thing happened. Hey, Grumblethorn, you sound like a frog with a cold. I do not sound like a frog. You sound like two frogs fighting over a sandwich. Pip the squirrel was small, fluffy, and completely unafraid of anything, especially not Grumblethorn. One day, Pip, I shall be so terrifying that you will tremble in fear. Oh, yeah? What are you gonna do? Knit me a scary sweater? But everything changed one afternoon when a loud cling echoed through the swamp. Fear not, foul swamp. I, Sir Reginald the Radiant, have come to defeat the beast. Did you hear that? A knight. Finally. My moment. Oh. Oh, this I gotta see. Sir Reginald. Sir Reginald marched in, shiny armor gleaming, chin held high, and knees shaking just a little. Come forth, monster, face your doom. Awkward silence. Nailed it. Sir Reginald blinked. That's the monster? Hey, I am very fearsome. I, uh, I once glared at a mushroom and it melted. It was already melted. But then something unexpected happened. Sir Reginald lowered his sword. Oh, thank goodness, I was terrified. I mean, yes, I was
strategically cautious. Wait, you were scared of me? Well, well, yes. You're enormous and slightly damp. He is very damp. Grumplethorn blinked. No one had ever admitted they were scared of him before. Not even a little. So, I am scary. Absolutely, in a unique way. Like a soggy sandwich. And right there, in the smelliest swamp imaginable, something changed. Grumblethorn stood a little taller. Well, perhaps I don't need the perfect roar. Good, 'cause you definitely don't have it. Maybe being a little scary and a little silly is just right. I I quite agree. Also, do you happen to have any snacks? Finally, a good question. And so the swamp gained something far better than a terrifying monster. It gained a slightly scary, very soggy, surprisingly kind friend who still couldn't roar properly, but didn't need to. Roar. Okay, I'll keep working on it. Please don't. The end. Or at least the beginning of something much more fun.
Love it. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah,
It
good.
was
Um,
very scary and
yeah,
different.
good. So, tell me a little bit about your voice for the night.
The night, I still don't know. Because, like, I found myself using my regular voice for the night as well as for the narrator.
Yeah,
And, like, I kept definitely trying to, like, switch them up. But I
yeah,
definitely want, like, I don't know how to, like, do the voice in my head that I see for the character in it right now.
right.
So I definitely want to, like, go and, like, just research, like, his voice
Yeah,
and,
what
like, the
about like
characters
a
I
Lord
see.
Farquaad or something?
I feel you on that. Like, yeah, because it's definitely like I don't want him to sound normal either, if that makes sense. I feel like that sounds
Yeah,
bad, but like that's where I'm like, oh man, I have to definitely go back and like, because I want to use like Charming from Shrek. I want to use like the character I have in my head, and their voices
yeah.
are definitely not like my voice. That's
Okay,
so
yeah. So what are some of the things that you
yeah.
hear in their voice? Things that you
Um,
notice?
like just like kind of like going like based off of memory now. It's more like a slower pace to it, but a very like confident, over dramatic boastfulness to it, if that makes sense.
Mm, yeah,
So it's not like calm or like very like something you hear in, like I guess like modern day, but it's very like dramatic and boastful and like not loud but loud.
yeah.
Like they're not screaming at you, but like if you were sitting on a train, you would hear every single word in their conversation. And then I feel like they would definitely have like an accent. I just don't know like what accent I'm like looking for.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
I have like this. I have
I mean, if you think
the
of like countries where knights would have been, we
yeah.
think about like European countries, right? So they could be a Spaniard, like they could be like a Puss in Boots kind of character. They could be a knight from King Arthur. So they could be from Great Britain. They could be Scottish. They could be um, French, and be like a master swordsman with fancy footing. So just kind of thinking about that context, who do you think would be, the most fun?
I don't know if he's a Spaniard for real, but have you ever seen The Princess and the Bride?
Yeah.
Um,
I know him from Criminal Minds, but he
Yeah,
plays the not necessarily the villain, but kind of like the hired swordsman. And he's
sure.
like, I'm not really left-handed, and then like he throws the sword in his right hand, and then like he kind of starts winning. And so like that's definitely, I
Ah,
guess, like
yeah, Montoya,
yes,
Inigo Montoya. Yeah,
yeah. So like definitely like something like that.
yeah,
I want him to have, but in a
absolutely.
more I guess like in a more like dramatic flair way. But that's definitely like one of like the voices I would like think of him having if like they were supposed to be real. Yeah.
Sure. Love it.
I
Great.
don't
So
know if I can
then,
pull it off, but
yeah, yeah. So then,
I would have to go back and watch the movie and listen a
yeah. So I
lot.
think maybe this week play with that a little bit more, like the squirrel voice and the Inigo Montoya night voice, thinking about what you're striving for here. Um, what's the goal here? What are we striving for? Um, and just, kind of exploring a little bit more what are my goals, and really making these characters different from each other. The narrator sounds like you, so then the characters should not sound like you.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So you feel
Gotcha.
a little bit better about how to approach that. So
Yeah.
be working on that this week and next week, and then I'll see you in 2 weeks. Okay.
Copy that. Copy that. Will do.
Perfect. Beautiful work today. This was really fun.
Thank you. Thank you. It really was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and really nice work on the contrast with the comedic and dramatic with the other script as well. That was really cool.
Copy that. Copy that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, great work. So yeah, just keep up that good work. The work is showing, so trust the process because you're getting there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Alrighty, well, I will
All
see you
right.
soon. I'll take a look at the recordings and get back to you, okay?
All right. All right.
Alrighty, well, bye, MacArthur. Have a good one.
You as well.